So let me go to where did I save that? Um, okay. No, no, no. So I'm using this. I continue where I stopped in the last class. Okay, so I said I'm going to start from conditional statement, especially case statement in this case. So okay, I think I'll come from this place to I think I'm on the case statement. So let's see. You can see my screen now.
Yes, I see your screen.
So I think I've talked about the like operator, the logical operator, not operator, need of precedence. So let me just go down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. So do you know about the explain statements in MySQL, right?
What do you say?
Do you know about the explain statement?
Explain.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, so first of all, before I delve into that, before I delve into that, so mm, so talk about concat. You have NBL function in MySQL, but you have the I think you have non-if or non-if. I don't think we have quality function in MySQL. So let me start workbench. Let me start my workbench. Okay. It is well. It is well with my soul. I have. It is just well with my soul. Oh yeah, come on now. Okay. So let me open this connection. Sorry. Permit me just for 1 minute.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
So can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let's see. I want to explain this. I want to explain this. So explain this particular rubbish I just did here. So let's run this guy. So we're going to tell you, okay, select type primary, derived to. So it's just going to tell you uh, about the query that you wrote. So that's what the explain statement does. So it tells you about the query that you wrote. So, so let me just use a select statement like something like this. In this, so it's a simple statement, articles, type a full text, and just gives you uh, a description of what your query is like. So let me go back to the slide. So here, I don't think we have the equalix function. Let me check again. I can't really remember so much of all this unless you just let me check. There is, yeah, equalix function. I just want to be sure. So, so I will tell you what this does. Let's go back to the slide again. So let me go back. So let me explain all this NBL and MBL2 thing. So converting a null value. So they actually use all these null function. So general function. The following functions won't call any data type and attempt to using nulls. So if you have this, if you have this, if you have this, and you have this. So let's see what kind of example of this. So NBL function converts a null value to an actual value. Data types that can be used are dates, character, and number. So we have this guy. What does this guy does? So it checks. So NBL particular column, this is a column. So if it finds a null value in this particular column, it replaces it with 0. Now, same thing here. It replaces any particular null value in this particular column with this particular date. This replaces a null value here with this string, say no job yet. So anyone does not have a null, does not have a job ID, it replaces it with a no job yet string. So let's see. As you can see here, select last name, salary, NBL commission real comma 0. This means every year I have a null value, replace it with 0. So here now, I can do salary times 12 plus salary times 12 times NBL of commission comma 0. So if you are going to do this, if you don't convert the null value to 0, this operation is going to give you a null value. So in this case, anywhere is a null value convert to 0. So if you multiply it with this guy, you're going to have result as 0 in this case. So that saves you from having a null value as an answer. So let's look at the second. The second one is more sophisticated somehow. So how does this one work? So let's see an example. So here you have NBL2, this guy, and this guy as income. So here I'm saying that okay, anywhere you see this guy, replace it with, so anywhere this guy is not null, replace it with this guy. But anywhere you find a null value, just replace it with this guy. So it's, you are saying that, okay, so if there is no null value here, if this guy has a null, does not have a null value, so that person can, you can have the salary plus the commission. But if the commission is null, then the person does not have any salary, does not have any commission, there is just only salary the person is collecting. So replace it as sal. So you first of all have the column, then the first parameter, the second parameter that follows this, the one that corresponds with the one that does not have null value, then some follows with the one that does have null value. Let me see, I think, let me check if I can implement that on the workbench. I don't know if there's NVO. There's no NVO, so I cannot use NVO in this case. So it's just for you to get the concept, maybe if you are using Oracle SQL. But let's look at the code function now. Oh, null if function rather. So null if, I think we have null if in MySQL. So now here, what we're trying to do here. So null if length of first name, comma, length of last name. So what will this guy do for us? Implement as a result. Implement as a result. So this is going to compare these two. Are you there? Richard, are you still there? Ah, when did the network kick you out? I didn't notice.
My network, yes.
So I'm explaining the null if function. So according to what I have here in Oracle SQL, now null if function does a comparison with two expressions. So first of all, let me check. Let me here. Okay, there's no. So here, what null if done is that, okay, you have this first expression, you have this first expression. So if this first expression and this first expression are the same, then represent the result as null. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm
You.
following. I'm following, yes.
So, but if they are not the same, prioritize this guy over this guy. So I'm going to replace the result as what I have in this first expression. So, as you can see here, this is the first expression, which is length of first name. This is the second expression, which is length of last name. Then I did null if of this guy, comma this guy. When you have 6 and 4 here, 6 is returned, 5, 7 returned, because they are not the same. Now look at this case where they are the same, 5, 5. Then nothing is replaced here. So nothing is replaced here. So let's see that in my SQL. Let's just select first name, comma last name, and null if. Let me use length function too. First name, you know, comma length last name. From um, So let me just remove this part, it's not necessary. Employees and the query. Okay, so I'm going to use SQL HR as the database. Yeah, let's do this now. First name, comma, last name, include this. Okay, sorry, this is supposed to be a comma. Okay, now look at what we have here now. It return the length of first name here because that's the length of first name. It returns length of first name here, first name here, first name here. Now this one return null. Why? If I look at the length of first name here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8. Is it 8 or 7? The length of first name here is 7. So that's why this one return null. So, but every other thing return for the first expression. So do you understand that? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can understand. So when is this applicable in real life?
So that's when you want to prioritize. When you want to prioritize, uh, say, let's say, um, um, let's say old salary and new salary of an employee, for example. Now, you might want to say, okay, um, old salary should be different from new salary. So in the case whereby I find the case whereby the old salary and new salary of someone is the same, it just be like not values also because the old salary should be different from new salary. But maybe if you want to keep the new salary, you can do so that not if new salary comma old salary. So the new salary is going to replace the salary column. So I can have someone that's salary. So I can have salary column to be new salary in that regard. So anyway, I have old salary and new salary to be the same, then let's leave it as null. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, thank
So
you.
let's see the quality function. So the advantage of quality function over the NVL function is that quality function can take multiple alternate values. If the first expression is not null, the quality function returns the expression. Otherwise, it does the quality of the remaining expression. Let's see. If I have this guy, select last name, then quality of manager ID, then comma commission, comma -1, then put this is as commission everything. Now, what this one does is that, okay, if I look into the manager ID column, if it is not null, then return commission, commission underscore. So return the commission of the person. But if it is null, replace it with -1. So uh, they didn't call manager ID here, so you can't see uh, you can't see what it's actually doing here. So let me see an illustration here to select one list of, let's say, uh, let's say select star, comma, quality of, say, reports to employees to be now. This guy is not null, then just um, just fill in as still reports to. If it is null, I'm going to put manager there. From employees.
Samuel. Can I hear you? Hello.
Hello, Richard, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey.
My network got disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Um, let me share my screen again. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see that it's coming.
So Celesta Qualis reports to manager from employee. So what this should do for you is that, okay, look into the reports to column. If it's not null, put the same value there, which is equals to. If it's null, put manager there. So as you can see here, so this is going to try to tell you that, okay, this person is the manager. So okay, so you are going to identify the manager through this instance now. So that's about that. Or you can do something like, okay, I can say qualis, I can say qualis equals to null. Null. It means that that person is not a manager. Just put salary there. Because if it is null, since that person is a manager, okay, let me to increase the salary of that person, but let me to double it by 2. And you can see that uh, what what just happened now? No, 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 no. No. Why did it do this in the first place? Uh, okay. Okay. Let's multiply the salary by 2. Why is this one not? Oh, so if it's not null, we just replace it with what we have. Then if it's not null, perform this operation. Else, still leave it like this. So let me just remove this dot. Let me remove this dot parameter. Let's see what's going to happen. So if it is null, if it's not null, do this. If it is null, do this. But okay, let's say I want to replace it. Let me put worker here. Oh no. This is not right. So according to what I have here, so if it's not null, do this. If it's not, put this. But I don't know why it's doing exactly the opposite in my SQL. So the case expression now, I think we are already done justice to that in previous session, but let me do an overview again. So the case statement. So I can say select star. Then okay, maybe I want to pick some case statements now. So the case. See when sorry less than, it's just to put a condition on something like if then kind of statement or if else kind of statement. So let's say you want to break the salary of a person into buckets, say poor pay, fair pay, and good pay. So let's say okay, first of all you might want to say okay, let me see the minimum salary. Let me see the minimum salary. The first quarter salary, the second quarter salary, and the third quarter salary. The second quarter is the like the median. Let's just say the average. Is there median? There where I can find median in SQL. But this one is not giving me median. so so Richard. So how can we find first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter of salary? Richard, are you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So how can we find first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter of the salary?
Can I see the table? Can you like let me see the table?
Can you see the one?
Like the table I want to select from.
This is this is the
It's everything. Uh,
this is the salary column.
there is no date here.
First of all, I'll do this. I'm going to order the data set. I think I have 20. I have 20 what's it called? 20 sample size. The sample size is 20. So this quarter is going to be 20 over 4. The second quarter is going to be 2 over 4 times 20, that's 20 over 10. Then the third quarter is going to be 3 over 4 times 20. That's 60 over 4.
I try to just get to understand your question well now. I didn't really get to ask initially.
Hmm?
I didn't get what to ask initially. I just got to understand now from your expression now.
Okay. So the first
This
the
last
first
one is what? E60 over 4 is what?
is the third quarter.
For the total.
So the first quarter is going to lie in position 5. The second quarter is going to lie in position 10. Position 10. And the third quarter is going to lie in position 15. Uh, this is not sorry. So this is supposed to be 20 over 2. That's 20 over 2. So if I want to find the first quarter and second quarter, so I will just say select salary. A bit as a case. I can just select from this. I can just select from this. Select uh first of all select salary. Let me select salary from this guy. So let me see what I'm going to have. From this guy. Okay. It's saying that every data table must have its own alias. Okay. So let me call this E. So select E dot salary. Okay. Now I'll now say select E dot salary then case when. So how do I select? I can say case. So how do I pick for position 5?
That'll be the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. So I'll pick from position 5.
Select one. Then use 20 over 4, yeah.
Let's go now. I'm going. Um, do what? In what happened? What? I don't know. No, okay. Who no. So let me say who can salary. So let's do this. From employees. What's what I mean? Um, so let's start. Let me say let's start comma we count. So let's count no. No. Okay, let me say no. I'm trying to find a way I can. So um How do we do this now? How do we do this now? So this is a challenge. How do we now solve the problem? If we can run this, how is it now? Okay. If I can run this, it's going to give me this. I just need to pick the fifth element in this position, the 10th and the 15th, position. So that's the problem.
Can we use Abbey counts?
Can we use what?
Maybe Abbey counts is equals to 5. Yeah.
Okay. No, cannot use that.
So since it's on the fifth column, maybe I'm not sure it's work.
Cannot use that. Cannot use that. Uh, so. Um, yeah. The one is the stuff that is coming from my head is too. It's not necessary. What is coming into my head is not necessary. It's too ambiguous, but then it's not that it's ambiguous, but it's just too long. So, but I'll use it. So, select case when, so I'll say, I'll now say select, comma select. I'll write select instead of another select. I want to write the select instead of another select. Can I do that? So let's so let's so let me come here. So let's if dot star. Let's if dot star. So I want to first of all picture that idea from this guy, and I'll now say I want to pick the fifth position, for example. So I'll say limit comma 1, limit 4 comma 1. So this does exactly what I want, but you understand what I'll do. This is what I want to pick. This is the fifth position. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm following.
So this is what I want to pick. So what this one just does that, okay, skip the first 4 and pick one entry, one result, which is going to lie here. So I'll be able to fetch out that with this. So I'll have my first quartile, so I'll write Q1 to be equals to 62801. So I can just then if I want to pick for, I want to do the second quarter, which first place at the 10th position, so 9 comma 1. So here my Q2 is equals to 86119. Then Q3, that's the 15th position, that's 14 comma.
Can we please know that everything come out at the same time?
So yes, we can do that, but maybe it might be kind of bulky. Uh, maybe I can't go. That's what I'm looking at. So just not to waste our time, sha. So yeah, so let's
But
continue.
we can't use the limits multiple times, like in a particular statements.
Multiple times as now.
Like no, you force it for the fifth one, the tenth one. Can we use it at the same time?
I can use it inside subqueries. Right? That's
Okay.
subqueries. So what I'm thinking of doing is use as a case statement, but the thing is now actually really coming out. So let me say select. I'll now say so. Let's say the case I'm supposed to use. Select either salary. It's not coming. No, it's not coming up right. I'll do that later. So case when salary is less than the first quarter, so I'll just approximate it to the nearest dollar, 63,000. Then put it as pay. Then sorry, let me move this hashtag somewhere. So I'm not done yet. When when salary is say 86,000, so I say greater than less than 86,000. Then so when salary is now let's just do that. No. When this one is when salary between 63,000 in this case. But this when salary is now greater than this, yeah. When salary is greater than 6,000, then you can call that good pay. You can call this good pay. You can bucket this into two categories because you don't have the maximum. You can bucket into four categories. So as I can end as salary bucket. There's something wrong. I didn't put from employees. So here salary is less than 63,000, I have to be poor pay. So it's greater, good fair pay, good pay, anything greater than 3,000 is kind of good pay. So that's case statement for us. So let's proceed. we have the code function in Oracle SQL, and we don't have in MySQL. So, but let's see, what does this guy do? What does this guy do? Let's see. Okay. So facilitates conditional inquiries by doing the work of a case expression or if then else statement. So it's more or less like a case statement too, but it's more like compact. So you don't need to write lines more like that. So this one said it checks if job ID. Are you there?
Yes, I would say.
So if job ID is IT program, so let me to multiply the salary by 1.10. If it is St. Clark, multiply by 1.15. If it is this, multiply by this. Else, just return my salary. So it means probably in a company, you want to increase the salary of some employees of a particular job ID for IT programs, clerk, and sales representative. You do this, but every other people, the salary remains the same. Then this is going to work out. So you call this revised salary. So this guy, the salary multiplied by what? 1.10 gives this. This guy is not in the loop. Salary is still the same. This guy multiplied by 1.15 gives this. This one is still the same. So do you understand?
Can understand. But it's not available in MySQL, right?
Yes, it's not available in my school.
Okay.
So it's more or less like the case statements too. Okay. Let's look at reporting and related data using the code functions. Now we have firstly we have most commonly used is average, count, max, min, and sum. So this don't really use this too, but I tend to use it here. But
We
let me
have
see.
this too in SQL, MySQL.
I think we have this in my SQL. Let me check. I think we have it. So let me check. Um, select variance. So this variance salary employees. That that okay. Office ID. So these are the variances of let me call the office ID. So variance of some offices. So this one is zero because it's just only one occurrence you have there. So the variance is just zero. There's no variability in a single point of data. So if you do select star from employees, for example, that for officer it only occurs once, so that's why the variance is zero. So so as we all know that if you don't call this bar, as we all know that star elevation is this square root of variance. So let's say and wait first, come to think of it, how do they take the find square root for my skill? Okay, SQ asks okay. VAR, I don't know whether it's going to work out. So I'll call this STD as using the normal taking the natural square root of the variance we have already calculated here. Then let's use the standard def function. It's std standard def for okay standard deviation of salary salary for employees. I know it's going to give me this issue here. I know it's going to give me this issue here. Hold on. Wait. No, that's too much. Let me do this. Oh. It is well, sure. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Okay. I'll just do this. Just copy this guy. Like this. I think we'll be fine. So here you can see standard deviation is still 0 because the variance is 0. So using the square root of variance and using standard deviation itself, we still have the same result. So, as you can see here. So that's about variance and standard deviation. So you know about the other aggregate functions. So aggregate function are used with goodbye, the goodbye clause. But there's still some um, parameters attached to it, operators attached to the goodbye clause. As we proceed, you are going to see some of them. So we have this. Okay. Average salary, max salary, minimum salary. Get job ID like this is basic. This just finds the average salary and maximum, minimum, and sum. You know, the aggregated function returns only one result, only one output. It's just a single row query. But by the time you use the goodbye clause, then it returns for some certain groups based on your goodbye clause. So this just returns average salary for employees that are job that they have a rep in their job description. Let's say it can be sales rep, it can be marketing representative, any job that has rep in it. So you can also mean max function with numeric dates, even characters. Wow, you can even use this characters. So let's see how it even works with characters. Let's try and use the min max function with characters. Select min first name, comma max first name, employees. So let's see how this works out. Hmm. It brings this, it brings this. So how does this works out? How does this works out? It's so if you want to know how this works out, you can use the order by clause. Order by. Order by. So let's start from employees, order by 2. Here you're going to see that the min just returned the character, the first name that starts with the like if you arrange the characters in ascending order, alphabetical order, the one that starts first is the minimum, while the one that ends is the maximum. Do you understand the logic?
Yes, but before I thought I this function is only for numerical character. I don't know you can use it for.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So,
But might
okay.
might not even think of it to use it in the first place. Might not necessarily think of it. Maybe it might be useful. You want us to check
Yes,
it?
yes. Okay. This order by two, I don't get what the two is for us. Second column, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Um, so you know about using the count, these things. You can do count these things.
But Mr. Ryan, sorry to draw you back. Oh.
Okay.
I sound like it's better for us to use the name of the column instead of using the number, just in case the arrangement changes. I don't know how to do
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. If you know the arrangement, just use number. If you don't know the arrangement, just use the name.
The
You
name.
know. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Um. So let's go to uh, the goodbye. So if I'm doing this, select department ID, comma, average salary from employees good by department ID. This just finds the average salary of employees in each department because you can have a quite number of employees in different departments. So this is going to help you do that. Also, this one to the same thing as this. It's just that you are calling department ID. Okay. You can also go by more than one column. So here I'm moving by department ID, then job ID. So what this one does is that, okay, for a particular department, what first of all, what are the distinct department I have? Okay, you have 10, 20, 50, 60, 80, 90, 110. So for 10, what are the distinct job ID do I have? So for 10, okay, for department ID 10, which job ID corresponds? Okay, first of all, if I have the first of all does the grouping by department ID, then goes further deeper, like just like you are going into sector, region, or continent, country. So let's say, okay, this group by you are doing like group by continent, comma, country, for example now. So let's say you have seven continents, it's not seven continents. No. So let's say Africa now. So you are going to have Africa, Nigeria, Africa, Ghana, Africa, South Africa, Africa, Congo. So it exhausts all countries that are under Africa. Then after that has been exhausted, it continues to the next continent. Then exhaust all the countries respectively. So department ID 10 exhausts every job ID that falls under department ID 10. So here I just have only one job ID that falls here. But for department ID 20, I have two job IDs that falls there. Then it exhausts it and finds the sum at a granular level. But if you are just doing at department ID, so this 20 is not going to repeat itself twice. So it's just going to sum this guy, these two, combine it as one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm getting you. Just like the first layer and second layer.
Yes. So first of all, it picks 10. Okay, what are the job ID that correspond to 10? Okay, this guy. Okay, take the sum, go to the next person, take the sum. If this guy occurs two times, it will combine the two together. So if I have two employees that are doing AD assistant, so if one is for any 4,000, the other is any 5,000. So I'm going to have 10, depending on ID 10, job ID, AD assistant, and this sum of salary will now be 9,000. So you just take the two of them together. But since only one person, just take it at the granular level and return the salary of that person, which is still the sum. All right. Mm, now, there is an illegal query using group functions. Any column or expression in the select list that is not an aggregated function must be in a group vectors. So I cannot write this. I cannot write select department ID and I use an aggregating function from a particular table and I don't use a group by. It won't work. This is not going to work. Since I'm using an aggregating function and I'm calling a column with it, I must at least group by this particular column that I'm calling. So I can extend the group by to column that are not even I didn't even call. But if I'm calling this column must be part of the group by clause, group by state, group by clause. So except I didn't mention this guy, I just say okay, select count last name. But since I'm calling this guy without a aggregating function, I must group by this guy if I want this guy to be part of it. So you need to understand the concept of aggregating function and group by clause. So this is so for example, select department ID, comma account last name star. What is this? Error. This does not make sense. That's for I think for this guy. Not a single group function. So you have to put a group by clause here. Now also if I put two, let's say department ID, comma job ID, comma account last name, I must go by that two columns that I put here, department ID, comma job ID. Else, so it's going to do you're going to do a full group by. So you cannot go by a particular column and leave the others, unless you want to go from the previous. So restricting group results, that's you having to use an admin clause. So restricting group results with the admin clause. So when you use, instead of using where, in this case, after a group by clause, it's the admin clause that follows. You can only write a where condition before the group by clause. A where condition can only comes before the group by clause. Or after the group by clause, any condition you want to write has to be the admin clause. So it's the admin clause you use to restrict. As you can see here, the where comes before the group by. The admin comes after the group by. So let's look at the admin clause here. So select department ID, comma maximum salary from employees. Group by, go to group by department ID. So here I'm trying to find the maximum salary in each department. Now, having maximum salary greater than 10,000. So here, this is going to return for the department that have maximum salary greater than 10,000. So instead of it to return everything, it's going to restrict it. So let's go to SQL. In this case, I'm not using department ID. Let's say maximum salary employees. So let's say having maximum salary less greater than 60,000 or 63,000. Oh, sorry. Group by office ID, not department ID. So here, so okay, let me say I don't want it to return. Okay, let me say having 65,000. So since office ID 10 does not satisfy this condition, it's not going to return for office ID 10. So let me run this and see office ID 10 is nowhere to be found. Maximum salary per each offices, as you can see from this result.
But can we use where function here before the group by? Will it work?
Yes, yes. Can you put it here now? So let's say where okay, what is maybe where can
Like
see
for this
where
same expression, like this max salary less than this. Will it work?
no, I cannot put here. You mean here?
No, 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 not before, not after group by, before group by. For this function, we're using having function here.
if I should put it here, make max, I say make max salary, greater than 65,000, for example, now, and remove this one. That was I saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
No, this doesn't make any sense because first of all, we're talking about max salary. So I say max salary. This is not going to return any result. Okay, sorry. This can even return all the. This is going to return all the results. It's what I'm saying. If it's going to run, it's going to return all the results. Not even running. Invalid use of group function. So, invalid use of group function. So I cannot use it here. I cannot use a group function in this place. I can just say, okay, greater than 65,000 and do this. But don't confuse it to be the same as what this guy ran, because if I actually comment this guy out and put this guy, the result is going to be the result is going to be the same. Don't confuse it to be the same thing. And the reason is that for office ID 10 that's not included here, it only occurs once. Now, okay, let me do something that will affect office ID 4 now. Say 90, let me put 94,000 here. Then you are going to see what's going to happen. 94,000. 94,000 here. Okay, let me run it down. You have this return 2311. And let's see what this guy is going to return. It still return 2311. But because you are using maximum, I already know the maximum. By the time I change this guy to average now, the whole thing will scatter. But since you have known the result for, and you can put it here to achieve the same result. But in case I don't know the result beforehand, then that's why this one is because what we just did here is just that we already know the maximum particular employee or offices. Then we just have to substitute it here, then put that condition here. So if I just put a random number, let's say 60,000. 60,000 here, okay. So then this again. I have this one to return 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. Now, and let's use this 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 6, 7. But you shouldn't do this. Sometimes you might get lucky, but it's not the same thing. It's not just the same thing. So that's just. All right. Is HR still there?
Yes, I'm following you. I just saw what you did, like the way and the other function. I'm
Okay.
following you.
So talk about using the adding clause. Okay. So that's by the way. It can nest group functions.
Oh, I was about asking like you can combine the two.
Set.
So I was about asking when I saw the function like you can combine two.
So you can say, okay, maximum of average salary group by department ID. So this is going to return one result, obviously, because if I say group by department ID now, if I set average salary, this is going to give you the average salary per each department. Now, by the time I put max here, it's just going to give you the maximum of all those averages that are found. So it's going to give you a single result in this case. So this one is just like, okay, give me the averages in each department, then return the maximum. So which gave me this guy. So okay, now let's go to display data from multiple tables. So let's see some illustration. So you have types of join, you have cross join, natural join, using plus, full or two-sided outer joins. So let's see. Natural join is just like your inner join or something. A cross join is something else. I don't think you mind. Like you're using a sub join. I use sub join to illustrate that. You might not necessarily need to do or call a cross join. But I want to do it. It's just like you're doing a Cartesian product. So natural join clause is based on all columns in the two tables that have the same name. So it selects rows from two tables that have equal values in all matched columns. So it just does natural join. So for example, let me see. Look at this illustration now. Say for select department ID, department name, comma location ID, comma city from department, then natural join locations. Now, what this idiot is going to do is just going to match, there are some columns that belongs to department, there are some columns that belongs to locations. So they are distinct for each of them. So it just matches it. It just matches department with locations with what connects both of them together. You just find a match. I don't think there's something like you can use natural join for SQL just join. Same as normal inner join. So let's see. Select. This is select star from these. Then natural join. So as you can see here, it just connects what is common to both of them together. So which is you see that you didn't need to specify the column that matches. It just finds it by itself and just do the joining. Just like inner join. So the column the column that is matches two of them is office ID and it's office ID 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. That's what's common to both of them. You understand?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So also after the natural join everything, now we can put using. Let's see whether I can use using. So using here is you tell the DBMS that okay, I want to join using this particular key. So it's this particular key that connects the two tables together. So use it to join. So let me see whether I can use this here.
So what's the difference between using and on?
Now using is that if I'm using if I'm sorry, did I say if I'm using, okay? If it
I
is
understand.
using, it means that the column that is common to both of them has to have the same naming convention. So if I'm saying using the pattern ID, it means the way department ID is spelled in employees table should be the same thing as the way it is spelled in department table. But if you are using on clause, you don't really need, you don't have that restriction. So you just say on, then you pick the column in A that matches with the column in B, and then tell, okay, this is what I want you to do the matching on. Do you understand the difference?
Okay, yes, I got this now.
So let's say using uh, is that supposed to come supposed to write? Is there, I think there is a quote, but then maybe it doesn't work here. No. So let's start from, let's join offices, not office one. Let me move this. Okay. So as you can see here, it does the joining for you. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. So going back to our slide. Now, using the table analysis. Now, here is that, okay, sometimes the column in A and column in B, they might have the same. Let me go back to the result that this guy fetched for me. I think this is fine. Sometimes columns in A and columns in B might have the same naming. And if I want to do a join, for example, look at this now. Another one I did Celesta. Okay, another one I did Celesta. So I want to make this more complicated. So I don't want, I just want office ID. I want salary. Okay, I want employee ID. I want first name. I want salary. I want address. And I want city. And let's run this. It brings something, right? Yes, it brings a result. But some cases might not, might have difficulty because the reason is that this office ID of a team, it is common to both the employees table and the offices table. Now, maybe because I'm doing a join, that's why I'm not having this error. Because I'm doing a join, whether I pick office ID from employees, so I'm doing inner join, whether I pick office ID from employees or I pick it from offices, they will still correspond. But you should be able
As
to
it,
tell, hold on, but you should be able to tell that which office ID are you picking? Is it the one in the employees table or the one in the office table? So what do you want to say? What do you say something?
like I want to like I used to encounter that error a lot. Ambiguity, something like that. I used to see that error a lot.
So that's the issue. You have to specify that which column are you picking the table, which table are you picking the column from. So that's what we have here. That okay, here, okay, forget about this E dot or E dot or D dot. Okay, let's say select employee underscore ID, last name, comma, location ID, comma, employer ID. From employees, join department using department ID. Now, maybe employee ID occurs in the employee ID cannot occur in department table. So, so let's say location ID also location ID and last name are also in the department table, for example now. So you have to tell, okay, where are you picking locations ID from? Okay, I'm picking from department. So I'll give each of employees and department and alias. You don't necessarily need an alias. Here, here you're giving table employees and alias E, table department and alias D. And why are you giving an alias? To save you the stress of typing. Instead of me to come and say employees dot employee ID here and department dot location ID, I'll just give it a short name D. So I'll just put D dot location ID instead of having me to type department dot location ID. So just to save the stress. So to tell you that okay, I'm picking this particular column in this particular table. Does that make sense to us?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I want to do a left join now. So let's say I want to do a left join. Let me do a right join. Yes. Let me do a right join. Okay. So here I did the right join. Here I did the right join. But if you notice this thing very well, it's what just is that just pick office ID from offices table, because obviously there's no office ID 8, office ID 9 in, I think office ID 7, the 6, 7, 8, 9. This office, I know 6, 7, 8, 9, they are not in the employees table. Office ID 6, 7, 8, 9 are not in the employees table. So by default, this guy just picked office ID from office table. So, but let me say I want to do a left join. This I just pick office ID. So you can see you just pick office ID from the office table. So it's more, it didn't complicate issues for me. You just knew what to do and just pick it from there. So, but sometimes you might have to specify to avoid storing databases. So, creating joins with on clause. So this on, but since the naming convention is the same, department ID, department ID, can just use the using clause. But in case they are not the same. So look at this now. I want to join based on manager ID. So if manager ID is equal to employee ID, so that's what I want to use to join now. You can see that in this case, you cannot use using. So I'm doing a join on, like I'm doing a self join here because I'm joining employees table with the employees table itself. I've said select E the last name, comma M the last name. E the last name here is going to be employee. M the last name, I'm selecting from the second employees table. So all I'm doing is that okay, I'm creating a two table. That I'm creating. I have employees table. Okay, I called one E, I called the other M, but it's the same as inside. Now pick E the last name from the first table. Pick last name from the second table. Call down MGR. Call down EMD. So between those two,
Sorry, I didn't get
whenever
that.
now, so what this one is doing that okay, select something from this guy, join this guy. These tables are the same thing. So what it's just doing is that okay, employees table A, okay, call a particular employees table and alias say E. Call another employees table and alias call M. It's the same thing that's inside E and M. Now we are not saying okay, select last name from E, select last name from M, but based on what? Based on if the manager ID in the first table equals the employee ID in the second table. So in this case, you are going to select based on this scenario. So you are saying, look at this now. So if e dot manager id is equals to employee id, then return the last name. So if I have, let me use let me do this in my SQL. Let me just copy this. So let me copy this here. So you see what I'm talking about. So here I'm going to join this. Okay, I'll not use manager ID here. I'll use report to not. So this is the employee, this is the manager. Now let me use first name instead of last name. Let me use the first name of the manager instead of last name. What do you have here? Yovonda. This just tells you that this person is being managed by Yovonda. This person is being managed by Yovonda. If you look at select start from employees now, for example, you have this. It's only so reports to here. You can see a number here. Can you see?
Yes, I can see it.
So what this guy is doing that check. Give me the first name. Give me the first name. Okay, select the last name in this table. Okay, select all of this. Select all of this. Now help me to select first name. First name. If the report to here equals to employee ID. Now report to, where does report to an employee ID is the same. This guy and this guy, they are the same. What's going to be the first name? You wonder. So if this gives me the first name in the second table that satisfy this condition. Do you understand me at all?
Yes.
So in this case, you can find, in this case you can use this to know the person has been managed by a particular person. So that makes a lot of sense. So this person is saying that, oh, this person is being managed by king. Also, look at, you can do this too. Select whatever you want to select. Okay, from employees, join department on E dot department is equals to D dot department ID and E dot manager ID is equals to 149. So here you are restricting the join based on this logical statement that is here. Okay, join these two tables, but only return when the manager ID in the employee table is 149. So I can do something like this here. So if I want to do something like this, I can say, let me come here and copy. I'll say I want to select the first name to E dot first name. I'm not using manager ID. I'll now say E dot where and E dot first name. I'll now say like anybody that starts with their name ends with A. This is starts with name. Their names end with A. What's called them? Oh, sorry. Let me do offices, not departments. So offices. Offices. So this is going to be office ID. And this ID. Okay. So let's do this. It's going to be office ID too. And this too is office ID. I don't have location here, so let me just call it city. You can see this guy. It's only return result for those first name that ends with A. So it gives me the employee, blah blah blah. Then join it on this guy, but based on this condition. So you can add uh, extra parameters to this. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now creating three-way joins with on clause. So if you are creating three-way joins, you have at least two. You have two on clause, at least two on clause. So like you are joining three tables together. So select this from employee ID. So employees join department on this, then join location just based on the columns that connect both of them together. Okay. So here, we have non-equal joins. Non-equal joins. Now here, salary is in the employees table must be between lowest. Okay, first of all, so let's see this here. What are we trying to do here? Select this from employees, join job grade on e-salary between j dot lowest salary and j dot high salary. So here, uh, what are we trying to do? So this one is that you are not joining based on um, what do you call it? You're not joining based on maybe a particular column that connects both of them in this case. So which I doing is that I'm joining based on a particular condition. So I want to join this table with this table. If the salary in employees here is between the lowest salary and the highest salary. So for this guy, for this first record here, this guy, is it between this guy? No. Okay, it's between this guy. Okay, connect. I think it's between this guy. You can connect to this guy. Let's see. 24,000 to 2,000. What's happening here? 26, 25. Okay, 26. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, let's see. One. So okay, let's say this checks this. Okay, this checks this. No, this checks this. This checks this. This checks this. This checks this. No. Then we go back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this checks this 5, 8 checks this first guy. Does it satisfy? No. This checks. No, 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 no. There is a problem here. Okay, I don't think there's a problem. This thing is done. It didn't return anything. It didn't return the full result. So what this does is that, okay, check where does this guy belong. This guy belongs to this category. Okay, connect it to this guy. So I just need to select last name, salary, then grade level. This grade level, GRA. So whenever this guy falls, whenever category this guy falls in, okay, it falls in this guy. They connect it. I have E. Then this one to check stream. Where does it belong? It belongs here. Okay, this one to E in that regard. So let's try and see. So uh, duplicate this. Then let's go to our SQL. Where can I'm looking at where E dot salary between I'm looking at the table to do this, but I don't have that table to perform this operation. But the most important thing is to understand the concept. So I'm selecting this column, and this column. I want to join these two tables, but I'm selecting these three. But I'm doing the selection based on that, okay, whenever the salary here, if the salary falls in this range of the lowest and okay, match the job grade with this. So 24,000 matches here, it falls here. It's going to connect E with this. This matches here, connect E with it, like that. So that is that about this concept. Does that make sense to us?
I'm a bit more sure, but I'll go over it again.
So this is it. Select E dot last name, E dot salary. Last name and salary are in the employees table. Now J dot grade level. Grade level is in this table, which is this first column here. And I said from employees, join job grades. You join this table on each dot salary, that is the salary column, between these two columns. So wherever this guy falls between these two, so check this first row between 100, 1000 and 2009 or 2099. Does this guy fall in there? No. Okay, go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. But here it satisfies it. E. Then connect to this one and put E here as grade level. This one still does the same. It falls here. Connect E here. This one to E. 9000 falls around this side. C. To connect C to this. As you can see here, 9000 C. So that's by the way. Okay. Then outer joints. I think we understand what outer joints are. Now the left outer join, right outer join and the full outer join. So left outer join just connects everything, picks everything in the left and matches it with what we have in the right. So it only picks what matches from the right. But in case of right outer join, you are selecting everything on the right, then pick what matches from the left and join it with the right. Okay? Then full outer joins, pick everything from the left, pick everything from the right, and connect it based on what matches. But if what's on the left does not have match in what's on the right, fill it with no values. So for example, if I have if I have table A on the left, if I have table B on the right. Okay, table A has no Python. This one has no Python. This one has no R. This one has no R. This one has no Power BI. This one has no Tableau. So I'm doing inner join. So what inner join does is what matches both tables. What matches? Just this. So inner join just returns PY R just like this. This is what inner join return. Good. So that's inner join. Now if I'm doing a left join, A is the guy at the left, B is the guy at the right. So what left join does that? Okay, return everything at A. So I'm going to have PY R and Power BI. Now, if I have this, what so pick everything at the left, then connect with what matches at the right. So what matches at the right is PY R. Since this Power BI does not match at the right, so this place will be filled with null value. So this place will be filled with null. Then this is what I'm going to have for a left join. Now for a right join or right outer join, you are picking everything at the left. What's at the left? PY R and Tableau. But what matches at the right, at the left? PY R. Because Tableau does not have what matches at the left hand. This is going to be null. Now for full join, select everything at the left, select everything at the right. So first of all, let's select what matches first. Let's select what matches. PY matches. So I have PY. R matches R. Now I have Power BI at the left, but Power BI is not at the right. Fill it with null values. I have Tableau at the left. I don't have Tableau at the left. Fill it with null values. So this is what a full join will return. Does that make sense to us? Does that make sense? So here, Cartesian product. Cartesian product, you don't need to specify what you are using to join. You just are doing. So I'll do. Just are doing a cross join. No, my name is necessarily specify a cross join. So this is what you are doing, basically. I'll round up now. So if I have a set A and B, in this case it might be a table. So A1, A2, and A3. Another table, say, or set B is equal to B1, B2, and B3. So we are doing Cartesian product on the two tables. This is what I do. You are doing A cross B. This is going to first of all take A1, match it with everything that you have in B. So I'm going to have a set of A1, B1, then A2, B2, sorry, A1, B1, A1, B2, A1, B3. After I've matched all this one, then go to the next. Match A2 with everything that is in B. So you have A2, B1, A2, B2, A2, B3. Then go to the next one. What's the next element? B, A3. Match it with everything in B. A3, B1, A3, B2, A3, P3. So in total, we are going to have what? Here I have 3 elements. Here you have 3 elements. When you are doing a cross product, in total you are going to have 3 times 3 elements. This is equal to 9. So what is that in essence? So it means in table A, if you have 3 rows, in table B, if you have 3 rows, if you are doing a quadrant in table A, table B, I'm going to have 9 rows in total. So if you are in table A, if you have 10 rows and 100 rows, table B, you have 50 rows. If you do a quadrant of A and B, you are going to have 50. You are going to have 5,000 rows in total. It doesn't really make sense. But then it depends on what you are looking for. It still depends on what you are looking for. For example, I can say select in, say e dot name, f dot name, word dot country, word dot country. I'm doing a self join in this case. So I'll call this, I'll add this f, then I'll add this e. I can put a where clause if I like. So you have this. So all countries matches. First of all, the first country here is Aruba. Aruba matches with everything. So Aruba matches with all other countries. You can say Aruba, 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 Afghanistan, Aruba, Angola, Aruba. So this basic concept of what? Of course method. So after Aruba has exhausted all the countries, then it goes to Afghanistan again. Afghanistan is going to match all the countries again. Then the same process will continue until the whole thing is exhausted. So imagine if you have 200 countries. So it means that this conjunction is going to give you 200 times 200 rules. Okay, that's basically it.
Well,
Uh,
is this applicable in real life?
yes, you can need a set of other pairs of some of something. Let's say a product. Okay,
Oh,
maybe bread and
okay.
tea. Depending on what you're looking for, you can be looking for a set of other pair. Then this is going to make sense.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So if I want to extend this, I can say, okay, I can add another, say word.country. I can send it to three other pair. So let's call G. Then I'll say this is G.name. So you have three other pair. This. First of all, this one first occupied. Then Aruba matches with all other countries. Then Aruba, Afghanistan. Then you can put a clause. So if I can say, okay, I can say where is not equals to f.name is not equals to g.name. So in this case I have Aruba, it will not happen. So I can only have uh, distinct, but I can't have something that is going to be the same thing. Then I can still put, okay, I can still go for that and say, okay, I don't want e.name and so sorry, I'll put and there and e.name. So I want to find the possible. It's not like I'm finding a superset. So e.name and e.name is not equals to f.name. Also and e.name is equals to g.name and f.name is not equals to g.name. So in this case, if I put this condition, I cannot have in a particular other pair two countries that are the same. So you can see, I cannot have another pair whereby two countries will be the same at all with this condition I put in place. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
That will be all for today. So